everybody, Larky here. And I haven't made any Minecraft content in a while, but that does not mean I've not been playing Minecraft, because I've been playing a lot of Minecraft. Like, a lot. So I thought that today what I would do is just show you around some of the things I've done and the projects I'm working on, because it's been a while. So here we go. The first thing you probably need to see is the aquarium. Now it is not finished. There's quite a bit of detail work I want to do on it. And for one thing, this should be a waterfall and it's not yet. But you take a boat and you can go through over here in this part of the aquarium. We have, and I'm going to put my boots back on so I can walk around in the water. We have well, there's fish, and there's and there's Puffa. Because we have a character on we have a player on the server named Puffafish, and he's one of the more active players on the server, and he does a lot of things for the server. And when he heard I was making an aquarium, he said, "Will you have a pufferfish for me?" So of course, I didn't have just one. I have 3. We have turtles and a little beach area for the turtles. It's a great place for them to breed up if they want to, when I'm ready for them to do that. There is a water elevator there that you can take your boat and it goes up to the top, but I haven't finished the detailing up there yet, so we're not going to go that way. Then we have this little tunnel that lets you go through, and over here we have coral and turtles and salmon that grow in the rivers and squid that grow in the rivers. And then all up in here, as you can see, I haven't got it quite modified down in the bottom down there yet. And there's still some detail and some more coral to add, but it's getting there. And then, and that goes all the way across the top here. I'll go in there in a minute so you can see what I'm talking about. And then through this way, there's a barrier here, or behind me there, and we have now axolotls. We can't put the axolotls on the other side because they kill the fish. And I need a few more axolotls, and I'd like to decorate the axolotl enclosure a little bit more, but you get the idea. And then you can take your boat. You can hop out of your boat at any time. You can take your boat. Woo! Am I going the right way? No. And then if you take your boat all the way through the tunnel, it takes you out here where, and I'm going to pop into free cam just so you can see, because I don't have any rockets on me for some reason, that I've started cutting this channel, and it's going to go all the way through here and all the way to the ocean for transportation, and also just because it'll look nice, right? So there's that. And then you can see that there's no waterfall here either. There will be. I'll explain this section here in a minute. And then where the water elevator comes up, the bubble elevator, my plan is that this whole area on the top will be covered in water, and the water will trickle off like on a waterfall here on the flatter sides, that there will be water coming off here and over here, and you can take your channel and you can go ploop down in there and go that way, or you can take your boat off any of the places where the waterfall goes through and go back down into the channel, just for funsies, because I don't do anything by halves, right? And I might do other things up here. I haven't decided yet. I keep debating on whether I want to put little seating areas up here or something else, or whether I want to just leave it like it is. But for right now, this is what we have. This is my aquarium. And these will be, the floor's got some work that needs to be done. And then there's this. You see, this used to have a line of hoppers going across, and a chest right there, double chest right there. And there were axolotls in here. This is where it all started. This is what started the idea of the aquarium. But friends, I didn't take that into account that when you put an aquarium around your axolotl farm, the squid stop spawning when you put more fish around them. So I had to move the axolotl farm. Yeah. So do I feel a little silly? Yes. But the rates are better at the new farm. So I'll show you that in a minute. Anyway, that's the aquarium. It is not finished by any means, but and the reason my aquarium looks like this is because I am using connected textures to make the glass smooth, and then I'm using Vanilla Tweaks. It's just a resource pack or data pack. I think it's a resource pack that literally just takes the little dots out of the glass because I like it to look clean. So you're going to see a lot of glass in this video, and that's the reason it looks like that. There is one thing more in the aquarium that I need to show you. Give me just a second. The aquarium looks really good normally in regular Minecraft, but when you take it into shaders, I'm using Complementary Unbound, I think, it becomes magical. The trees, not the trees, the kelp and the turtles and the fish and the way the water, it just becomes a magic wonderland in a lot of ways. Oh, they're squishing it. Squid's in there. And then the light coming through the glass itself changes and becomes less aggressive color-wise, and becomes much more subtle and sweet looking. Yeah. But, frankly, I like vanilla Minecraft too. And also, well, it makes my computer really complain a whole lot. Like, a lot. So, we're going to turn those back off now. I've made some other changes too. You see, this building, this one, ooh, wrong way. This building used to be my storage building. It was built to be my storage building. But then I went and opened a shop that has terracotta and mud and packed mud and all the different colors of glass. And then I opened another shop because I'm crazy, because nobody else was doing it, that has all the flowers and all the dyes. And there wasn't enough room in this room. No. So I took everything out of this room except for my cauldron farm, which I expanded, and my super smelter. You put the fuel back there. Ah, it stopped. That's not good. We put the, I don't know why it stopped. That's weird. Maybe when I left the chunk, I don't know. And then I put my stuff that's being smelted up there. And then down here, this little guy goes and deposits it in there. I'm always making glass, or almost always making glass. I don't know what I'm going to do with this little section yet. I think what I'm probably going to do is move this little guy up there. But I don't know yet for sure. This is a sea pickle maker. I'm not entirely happy with it. It seems like it wastes a lot of bone meal. But I think I may move it up and see if I can tweak it a little bit. Look, I don't know much about redstone, but I'm learning because farms are a thing. But I think that it could be more efficient, and I just got to figure out how to do that. Could I look up a tutorial online? Sure. But where's the fun in that? Okay, there's plenty of fun in that, and I probably will end up doing that. Probably will do that. But I might leave the sea pickle, move the sea pickleinator somewhere else, and move the modificator, which is in the theme of this building. I might move this modificator downstairs and rebuild it down there, because I need this space up here for terracotta and clay making, because they keep selling out in my shop, and I need more space. So there's that, and I'm going to grab some rockets so I can show you around some of the other stuff while I'm here. There we go. I don't know what I did with the other rockets I had, but here we are. Let's put those back. And then these farms, I think I said, no, I didn't say. These farms are going to go away because they're going to get moved in there. Friends, the shulker monster was eating my face. It was just absolutely, I couldn't find anything. And so I built this giant thing. Each room is a different theme or a different content. For example, this is all stones and earth and even some of the items from the end and the nether, which I don't have a lot of and don't expect to have a lot of. And then over here we have the glass and all of its colors and the clear glass, and also things you can make with glass go up in there. As you can see, there's not the bottom in all the way through my storage space. All the bottom three are sorting and auto sort, but the top ones don't, because most of the time if I'm storing glass, let me go in there and I'll show you. If I'm storing clear glass, I'm going to store it in this form. Unless I've made a few, for example, water bottles or glass bottles, or a few of those. I'm not likely to have a lot of panes laying around. I'm going to store them in their natural form, so to speak, in their main form, and then from there get something else going on. There is a small water elevator back here, and whoop, yep, as you can see, this is not all finished here, but this is terracotta, bricks, clay, mud, packed mud, and packed mud bricks, which I all sell in my shop, all the different colors of those. And these spots up here are for glazed terracotta, which I'm never going to have very much of, because frankly, if I have a lot of it, I'm going to put it in the shop. I'm just going to do that. And then up here, over here, we have wood. And each room, I decided I wanted to kind of feature a different kind of wood. Since many people consider spruce to be the champion of woods, it's the one in the wood room. I really like the wood in this room here. This is the pale oak, and it sure is pretty. This is just that white wood. This is the wool room. And then over here we have concrete powder, because I am utterly a glutton for punishment and nobody sells concrete on our server. And since I'm already selling all of the dyes and I'm already doing all of the other colored stuff, and we also have a duper that lets me mix sand and gravel, so why not? So I'm thinking about doing a concrete shop if somebody else doesn't beat me to it. And this one, of course, is warped wood. We have one more room downstairs that I'll show you here in a minute. But while I'm here, I'm going to show you where all of the farms are going to go. Not all of them, but where many of the farms are going to go, like my cactus farm and my sugarcane farm and my bamboo farm. And if I make one, a kelp farm, I'm thinking about that. But one thing I am going to do, and I made these the other day, is I'm going to be converting this more typical cactus farm to this style of cactus farm, because this one lets me harvest cactus flowers. And the way that works, well, okay. This one lets, I'll give you a demonstration of how that works when I build the new ones. I'm just showing you around today. I gotta stay focused. Anyway, as you can see, I dug all of this out of the hill, and there's much more to be dug out. And we'll get there as we go and as we need the space. So yeah, that's the storage building. Oh wait, there's one more room. It's probably my favorite room too. Let's go down to it, shall we? And again, there's still a lot of detailing left to do in strange places, like back here. And then there's this one. This is all of the dye, all 16 colors of dye, and then all of the flowers. The only flower I don't have any of, and I'm not likely to anytime soon, is wither roses. I'm not making a Wither Rose farm. I don't like, no, no, that's just, that involves going to the Nether and spending significant amounts of time there, and I don't like the Nether. Nope, no, I don't. So, yeah, this is the storage building so far. I think there's more that I need to do to it. Obviously, I still need a place for things like iron and gold and so on, and I'm not there yet. I've got another little room I'm going to build over there. That's why it looks so ugly. That's going to hold iron and gold and mob drops and the stuff that just doesn't go in a sorting space like this. So there's just going to be a little room with those chests. So let me show you the next thing. So these guys were rescues. Someone here on the server was breeding up a bunch of donkeys, and they had almost 100 donkeys that they were going to make them not here anymore. So I said I would take 15 of them. So now I have 15 donkeys. We will be, when we take down the stable over there, that's one of the next things on my list. Once I get my stockpile built up of some of the resources for my shops. This building, this gray building over here, it's going away. Because I'm going to build a better barn. And a whole, pasture set up for the donkeys and the cows. I want different locations for we just got a lot to do, okay? We got a lot to do for them. So we're going to get there. And then we're going to go into the Nether here, even though I don't like the Nether. This one goes on the Nether roof. I actually have 2 portals now, and I'll show you why. This one goes to the roof. Our bedrock users here on the server couldn't use the Nether roof, so we have made some pretty major changes to how we get around on this server. If you go this way, if you hop on the roller coaster, it takes you to what used to be the Nether hub. It takes you to the spot above the Nether hub now, but it's easy to get up and down, so that's not a problem. This one takes you to my, we'll go there and I'll explain. Remember I said that we were going to, that I had to take apart the squid farm and make a new one? Well, if I'm going to do a flower shop, then it's going to carry most of the flowers. I needed orchids, and they're the only kind that, other than wither roses and eye blossoms, that don't show up in the flower forests. So I had to go all the way out, very, very far. Let me show you on the map how far, even in the Nether. All the way up here, I found a swamp, and I made a flower shaker there. Well, that's where I decided to put the new squid from, because it was already there, and sometimes I'm AFKing there. So here we are. So let's look at that when we get there. And this is boring, so I think I can turn this off and I'll meet you when I'm there. Yeah. So here's my blue orchid shaker, and if I had thought to bring any bone meal with me, I would show you how it works. But I didn't. So I will show you when I get to the flower first. Yeah. And meanwhile, another thing that we have here is the squid farm. And a little room up top to hold it in. So I've been busy. That took a little bit of time, not the farm itself, but then see all the sand around it? Yeah, it's there to remove water. Because I was having the same problem, only less so. Because the other squids were farming in the river around my place. And I needed it. Anyway, we fixed that. So now if I AFK over there, I actually get, ink, which is the whole point. So yay. Something learned. Woo! Now while I'm on the long way back to my house and to the flower farm, I'm going to tell you about a public space that I've created for our server, and it really needs some love, like really. And I'm going to be giving it a lot of attention, but it's going to take time and effort, and I've been scattered, okay? I know that this summer I am moving, And so I am trying to build up a stockpile of all of the things for my shop so that people don't have to go without while I'm gone. And that's been my focus. That's why the farms, that's why the beefing up of all the storage and all that stuff, so that I can have a trusted friend restock my shop if need be. Because I don't know how long I'll be without internet when I move. I'm also trying to make some videos so that we can do that. And y'all don't have to do without for as long as you've had to do without, those of you who are regular watchers, and thank you for that. I'm glad you're here. Anyway, so I'm going to turn this off because I'm still not there. Let me show you. I would also just like to point out how strange it feels to be looking into my own eyes while I ride the minecart away from myself. It feels very strange, and I kind of like it. So when I was looking for locations to build my flower farm for the dyes and the flowers for my shop, I got fortunate. I got lucky because I found one that's really close, even out on the overworld, but in the nether. Well, this is my house, the base to my, this is the portal to my house. And then if I go this way, one rocket's worth straight. Ooh, there it is. Look at that. You'll notice that these banners say that this is public property. I felt weird about claiming a big old chunk of area, and this is a big old chunk of area, outside of my own base because, well, that seemed selfish of me. And I know that it's a big server and we got plenty of room, but it still seemed like I was just taking up all the land. And so I talked to the server owner and he said I could make it public. So even though I have a dye shop and a flower shop, people don't have to buy from me if they don't want to. I'm also going to make the axolotl farm and the blue orchid farm public. I just haven't had a chance to do that yet. Now this is very, very not decorated, okay? Very, very not decorated, but it functions. And so that's the first step. Over here we have a shaker for the white lilies, for the lily of the valley. And they're the only flower that makes actual white dye, although white dye is easy because all you need is bone meal. And then if you go up a little bit over here, we have a moss farm. And I'm going to snag some of this bone meal out of the moss farm. You can tell I've been AFKing at it a little bit. Oh, well, there's not much bone meal there, is there? Oh, that's not good. Okay, so we're going to turn on, we're going to drop some of this in there. Ooh, and get this going to make us some more bone meal. Don't worry, there's always more stuff in the moss farm. It makes so much moss and so many carpets and so on. And this is all going to get decorated. As you can see, it's very, very, well, it's ugly. It's just ugly. But in this flower farm, and I'm going to make some more adjustments too. I've discovered that the red poppy needs its own shaker. I didn't originally create one for that. The pink tulip rather, it needs its own shaker because I was having it combined with another one and it just isn't producing enough to keep up with my needs. So I still have some building to do here. But over here we have one of the portals on one side goes to the nether roof. This one goes into the nether itself, as you can see from the zombie piglin who just gave me a jump scare. Oh, my heart is in my chest. It's in my throat. Okay, this one makes poppies and dandelions. It's not the one I'm looking for today, so it's not the one I'm going to run. This one makes a few poppies, and it also makes the allium. I tried to color code them so I knew what they were. This one's not labeled, but this is, oh, it is labeled. Ah, look at that. This is the white tulips. And here we have, as you can probably figure out, we have the blue cornflowers and oxeye daisies. And the oxeye daisy one also sometimes makes the pink tulips, but not nearly enough. Then I have a space over here for all the tutals. And up there we have a spot for the ground flowers, the petals, pink petals, and the wildflowers. And then we have orange tulips and we have red tulips. And all of those together make for, I'm going to go over here and sleep on the flower farm, on the moss farm. And of course the moss farm makes all of the bone meal that I need to run everything else. And the regular shakers also produce seeds that can be turned into bone meal. All of this down here is going to get a facelift. My thinking is, and hey, you know what? Let me ask you, if you're watching this and you've made it this far. I'm considering, with the flower forest, do I want to make big giant trees that hold the farms and the shakers and things? And then they're connected by like bridges, like a la Rivendell, Kellethan, that kind of thing? Or do I want to make it look kind of modern and sleek and kind of industrial, not industrial, but minimalist? And have the forest below almost untouched. I am going to smooth out some of the land because I don't know if you can see or not, but this place generated with some great crazy terrain. So I am going to do some terraforming regardless. And I'm also, I have a secret project that I'm going to build here as well because I think it's funny. And I talked to the owner of the server and he also thinks it's funny. So I'm going to be doing that. But what do you think? What do you think I should do? Do you think I should make it giant trees and clear out all the other trees and terraform it really heavily? Or do you think I should make like white towers or something that are very modern and minimal? What do you think? I need your input. Help a girl out here, would you? Please. I even took my hat off so you can see my face. Please help a girl out. Tell me in the comments. What do you think? Anyway, so as you can see, I've been busy and I'm not done showing you everything. There's one more place I need to show you. I've had this shop that's called the Kiln, because that's a kiln, because I'm really good at naming things. Almost the first week I was on the server. I think I built it almost immediately after finishing the sheep, which took me a couple of weeks probably. And it sells clay and terracotta and glazed terracotta and tinted terracotta and mud and kind of all earthy things and earthy oriented things. But then I realized that I was already selling dye. I used to sell the dyes over here where the tinted glass is now. And they didn't really fit with this space. You may have seen this shop in a previous video, and I honestly, it's been so long I don't remember. But this is the Kiln. This shop has been on Oakay almost since the first couple of weeks I was on the server. When I started making my own terracotta and my own mud, I figured I'd put it up for sale because nobody else was selling it. And it's done real well for me. I also had the dyes in this shop, all the different colors of dye, because I was using them anyway for terracotta and for glass for the shop. But they don't really fit. And I needed a better source for the dyes than just a few flowers here and a few things there. So as I've already shown you, I have my flower forest now. And the reason I made the flower forest is so that I could open flowers to dye for. So the flower farm, which is a public space, gives them the option if the members of the server don't want to come here and they don't want to shop from me. That is totally fair. I am perfectly happy with them going out to the flower forest and using the shakers there rather than buying from me. As you can see, however, they'd rather buy from me. It's been a week. Those barrels were mostly full or completely full a week ago. a week ago. So I have a lot. Oh my gosh, even my flowers. Yeah, I've got some sitting to do, some AFKing to do. Okay, so that's what I've been up to. Oh, there's one more thing on the flower farm that I should flower shop that I need to show you before I go away for now. And we're gonna put, don't I have a way up? Yes, I do, sort of. No, I do not. Ah! Okay, that didn't work. All right, let me put a block down so I can hop up here and show you what I'm talking about. The top. Look at my roof. I feel so cool. It's the first time I've played with something like an awning like this, and certainly it's one of the first green roofs I've done that I tried like to have a big hodgepodge of flowers and a big variation of look and so on. Anyway, I learn everything. I learn all the time new stuff about building, and I wouldn't pretend to be very good at it yet. But this is the flower farm, or the flower shop, and apparently, oh yeah, somebody killed me, and so there's my head. Ta-da! They killed me and then left my head in a chest. I felt very special. Anyway, that's all the time I have for now. And I just wanted to get you caught up because I haven't been posted in a minute. This is what I've been spending all my time on Minecraft. And it's so many hours. So I have a lot of things to do, and I will try to take you along with me better than I have been. I promise. I promise. Okay? Hope you believe me. Either way, thanks for watching. And happy crafting, y'all. Bye now. Also, I promised that I would point out Alonso to you because he was very disappointed when I said that I was hiding chat. So, Alonso says goodnight to you all. Bye now.